Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital predictions. Sasha cons Holly and Sam's ultimatum before dying. General Hospital predictions hint Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, cons her mom Holly Sutton, Emma Sams, and Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, may issue an ultimatum before dying. As always, our GH predictions are based on official ABC soap opera spoilers and promos plus recent episode action. Let's start with Steven Weber, Scott Reeves. Is he back to keep his mother, Heather Weber, Allie Mills, behind bars? Spoilers say Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, has news for Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst. It may be about the flawed GH lab test on her cobalt levels. Rock believes he might be able to get Heather's sentence reduced. But Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, is determined to keep her locked up or protect Trina Robinson, Tabina Ali. And with Steven's return on Thursday, October 24th, things heat up. Is Steven Lars Weber, Scott Reeves, back to testify against his mom Heather? He knows full well that Heather's murderous past began well before she got a hip implant. General Hospital spoilers. Heather Weber's fate hangs in the balance as Steven Lars returns. More GH predictions see Heather Weber's fate hangs in the balance as Steven Lars returns. And Sam will be hitting up both of her baby daddies with an ultimatum. Before heading into surgery, she dropped her kids at the Quartermaine mansion. She spoke to Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. Sam made plans for them to see the kids while she recovered from surgery. But due to issues after the donor surgery, we know Sam will die. Will she issue an ultimatum to Jason and Drew that if something happens they must step up and finally do right by the kids? They can't keep being men that don't prioritize their children. The mob, politics and other women shouldn't come before the children. If you didn't know, Kelly Monaco just hit her 3,000th episode on GH. And we know she taped her final episode on September 27th, 4 days before her 21st anniversary. They shot 4 to 6 weeks ahead, so Sam's death scene is soon. Sweeps kicks off a week from Thursday and Sam's death will likely happen around that time. GH predictions. Sam's ultimatum to Jason and Drew, Sasha cons Holly, and Molly's miracle pregnancy? Moving to Sasha on GH, she might steal from Holly and con her own mother. Sasha's distraught she might lose Cody Bell, Josh Kelly. Her mom told her that her father was dead. Now, if it is Robert Scorpio, Tristan Rogers, Sasha will lose her love. Holly sees Sonny this week. She needs to fence the diamond she stole from Sidwell, Carlo Rota. So, Sasha might punish her mom and steal the gems. If Sasha takes them and sells them off, she could buy Cody his dream ranch, Serenity. General Hospital spoilers have Molly Lansing, Kristen Vaganos, and Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, together a lot lately. Is there something more to it? They had a late night at the bar, then, a run-in at Bobby's Diner. If they hooked up, will Molly have a miracle pregnancy despite infertility issues from her endometriosis? We're also wondering if Sam comes out of donor surgery just fine only to die suddenly. Remember when Nathan West, Ryan Pavey, died? His awful dad Caesar Faison, Anders Hove, shot him. He came out of surgery fine, told Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms. He loved her, then suddenly died from complications. Will it be the same with Sam, only not from natural causes? An unconfirmed leak suggests that Cyrus might inject Sam's 4 with digitalis. It's a heart medication that would go undetected in a standard autopsy. In his twisted mind, Cyrus might think killing Sam offers Lulu Spencer, Emmy Rylan, a chance to get her old life back if she comes out of her coma. It seems strange, but Kelly Monaco said what they wrote for Sam's death makes no sense. If there's one thing Port Charles has taught its residents, it's that survival often depends on outthinking the enemy, outmaneuvering fate, and sometimes, outrunning your own past. This prediction dives into the chaos ahead as Sasha Gilmore takes one final, shocking gamble. Holly Sutton finds herself expertly played, and Sam McCall delivers a devastating ultimatum that may seal her tragic fate. Sasha's final con, and the dangerous truth she uncovers. Sasha Gilmore's life in Port Charles has always hinged on her capacity to reinvent herself. She once pretended to be Nina's daughter, survived a brutal drug spiral, and clawed her way back from the edge more times than anyone thought possible. But the new threat creeping into her orbit forces Sasha to resurrect a skill she hoped she'd never use again, the art of the con. Rumors swirl of a mysterious connection between Holly Sutton, the late Victor Cassadine's schemes, and a still active network that's been quietly operating under everyone's noses. Sasha, working at deception and trying to rebuild her life, accidentally overhears Holly arguing with a British accented voice over an encrypted call. Something about unfinished shipments and the girl who escaped. Holly hangs up abruptly, but she's rattled. And Sasha, who knows what fear looks like, recognizes the expression instantly. Determined to get answers, Sasha sets a trap. Something clever enough to fool even a seasoned spy like Holly. By casually aligning herself with Martin, Mac, and even Cody, Sasha builds the illusion that she's sitting on information that could expose a crime tied to Victor's old empire. She drops hints, creates false leads, and lets word slip that she's ready to sell what she knows. Within days, Holly takes the bait. Holly corners Sasha with polite smiles and clipped charm, trying to steer her off the trail. But Sasha pushes back, calmly, confidently, making Holly believe she's uncovered an incriminating secret. Sasha even stages an anonymous message to Holly that makes it appear she's spoken to someone in the WSB. Holly begins to panic. Sasha doesn't actually know the truth. She only knows there is a truth Holly is desperate to hide. And what Sasha finally uncovers shocks even her. Holly has been secretly trying to clean up a Cassadine mess to protect someone. Someone who would be ruined if their name surfaced. The target isn't Holly. It's Ethan. Holly's desperation and the Cassadine shadow. Desperate to protect Ethan from whatever he got tangled into overseas, Holly has been working undercover to dismantle a trafficking pipeline Victor set in motion long before his death. Ethan tried to stop it and ended up a target. Holly's been fighting to keep him alive. But when Sasha's con makes Holly believe her mission is compromised, she snaps. She lashes out at Sasha, issuing veiled threats, something wildly out of character for her. But Holly's fear makes her sloppy. Sasha sees everything she needs. The guilt, the terror, the heartbreak. And for the first time, Sasha realizes her con may have gone too far. Holly isn't the enemy. She's a mother on the brink. But it's too late. A hidden Cassadine operative misreads the situation and decides Sasha is the loose end that needs to be eliminated. Sam's ultimatum. And the clock starts ticking. Meanwhile, Sam McCall finds herself in a situation she never expected. Standing between her own life and the people she loves. Sam has been digging into suspicious activity surrounding Sasha's odd behavior, and her investigation leads her straight into the same Cassadine network Holly is fighting. What Sam uncovers is far worse than anyone predicted. The organization plans to use Sasha as leverage against Holly, and Sam's own family is next on the hit list, including Scout and Danny. That's when Sam makes a brutal decision. She gives Jason an ultimatum. If he goes back to working with Sonny or allows himself to be pulled back into any mob-adjacent conflict, she is walking away, permanently. Sam can't keep raising her kids in the shadow of constant danger. She refuses to let Cassadine remnants, Sonny's enemies, or Jason's loyalty destroy her family again. Jason is devastated. He tries to reason with her, tries to promise her things he's never been able to deliver before. But Sam stands her ground. She has one mission: stop the organization threatening Port Charles, get Sasha to safety, and then walk away from the violence forever. But Sam's ultimatum sets a deadly fate in motion. Because the Cassadines decide she's getting too close. The night everything crashes down. It begins with a silent alarm. Sasha, realizing she's being followed, calls Sam, the only person she believes can help her. Sam heads to the rendezvous location, unaware she's being tracked. Holly arrives too, frantic and desperate to get to Sasha before the Cassadines do. But the organization has already sprung their trap. A masked gunman moves in. Holly grabs Sasha's arm, trying to pull her behind cover, but Sasha sees something Holly doesn't. The gunman isn't aiming at Holly. He's aiming at Sam. And Sasha reacts on pure instinct. She launches herself towards Sam, shoving her out of the way just as the shot fires. Sam hits the pavement hard, but unharmed. Sasha isn't. The bullet tears through her torso, and she collapses into Holly's arms. Sasha's final words, and the truth comes out. Sam cries out for help as Holly desperately tries to stop the bleeding. Sasha's eyes flutter, her breath shallow, but her voice clear enough to leave everyone shattered. She apologizes to Holly, not for the con, but for forcing Holly to face the truth she had been hiding from everyone, even herself. Sasha begs Holly not to blame Ethan, not to let guilt devour her the way it once devoured Sasha. To Sam, Sasha whispers that she must protect her children, that Sam's ultimatum wasn't wrong. Sam has to live the life Sasha never got the chance to reclaim. "You saved me once," Sasha says weakly. "Let me save you back." And with one final exhale, Sasha Gilmore dies. Her last act one of courage and love. The aftermath. And the war ahead. Sam is left traumatized, clutching Sasha's hand as Jason arrives on the scene and watches Sam fall apart. Holly vows revenge, not for herself, but for the young woman who paid the ultimate price for uncovering the truth. Ethan returns to Port Charles under protection, bringing with him the missing piece that could tear the Cassidy network apart forever. And Sam? She doubles down on her ultimatum. Sasha's death becomes the turning point that forces Sam to step into a new role, one that may pull her into a future she never wanted, or reveal a strength she never knew she had.